viewers joining us around the world. Time now to meet the players representing Team Hong Kong. Would you please welcome Royden Lamb and Scott Mackenzie. And representing Team Australia, please welcome Paul Nicholson and Simon Whitlock.
Second round of the competition, 2 singles matches and a doubles match if needed to decide the tie. Short format, best of just 7 legs. We saw this afternoon. That creates tension, an awful lot of tension. Australia against Hong Kong, kicking off proceedings. Hong Kong, Royden Lamb opening up proceedings against Simon Whitlock. Paul Nicholson for Australia against Scott Mackenzie. Then a doubles match if required. And the prize at stake, a showdown with Wales, who came through a real thriller this afternoon. Also in that section, South Africa against the winner of England and the USA. Who's going to make it through to the quarterfinals? Joining the debate at Sky Sports Darts, the place to be, our Twitter account. Over 110,000 followers and growing every single day. Make sure you join us on there. Great atmosphere. German fans and quite a few English and Welsh fans here as well, I've got to say. Stag parties, fancy dress aplenty. They've really got the idea of it. Smile on the face of Whitlock. Will he be smiling in half an hour's time or so? Wayne Mardle and Rod Harrington, your commentators.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, what an evening of darts we have got for you. The top 4 seeds, the big guns are in town and ready to play. It could be some close calls, as you said earlier on, Wayne, at the top of the show. You know, the Americans against the English, that could be. But this one could be a bit of a dicey one. Tactically, they've both thought the same. They've put the strongest player up first. It may work for the Aussies more than it will do for Hong Kong. Do you think that?
Yeah, I do, and a lot of the pairings will think that there isn't a strongest player, but the rankings would suggest that Simon Whitlock is better than Paul Nicholson. Simon ranked number 4 in the world, Paul Nicholson number 22. Royden Lamb, has to be said, in the first round match, when they beat Norway 5-2, he played well. Scott Mackenzie kind of struggled, his partner, who we're going to see, against Paul Nicholson straight after this. So, yeah, you're right, they've put the best players out first to get the point on the board, but really, going by the rankings, it should be one-way traffic. It should be a Whitlock win. That doesn't mean it will be.
But if you were Hong Kong, would you have sat back and thought, I think the Australians are going to put the strongest player out first. Right, Roy, you are the strongest player in the team. We're going to put you second. We're going to put Scott up against Simon, because I know, Wayne, that's how I'd have thought.
140.
Completely and utterly agree, Rod Harrington. Good start from Royden. Not a bad start from Simon. Come on, he says. There's something about putting on a national shirt that just makes you more passionate.
Well, the raucous crowd, it does remind you of a Premier League night, and of course these players that play in that Premier League for the last 16 weeks, well, I know Simon only did 9 weeks, but he still had the experience of having big, noisy crowds. And of course, like I said, he's got that Australian shirt on. I spoke to him early on, as he was painting his beard. He says, I'm representative of my country, and I will die for it.
Oh, goodness, I wouldn't go that far, Simon. It's only a dart match, man, but there you go. Well, Royden and Scott Mackenzie they're soft-tip masters. They've had a lot of success in the other version of the sport.
140.
this is completely different against better quality players as well. Simon tried and tested. World Championship runner-up twice. Major winner, winning the European Championships back in 2012. But right now, I won't be thinking of anything like that. He just needs to beat this man.
Well, Lamb has got 2 darts. Now, I've said so many times, I do not understand that.
Well, neither does he, because he's miscounted. He had no idea what he was going for. And it's just ridiculous that people... It's like looking for a new fandangled way of finishing.
Oh, tops for Whitlock to break the throw. Well, Lamb's going to come back, so Whitlock's actually let him off. We'll explain that 25 route in a few seconds once this leg's finished. But now Lamb to hold on to his throw. First leg of the evening here in Hamburg, and straight in double top. So he didn't get hurt, but weighing 111 down to 25, it means the second dart has got to be a perfect dart. You know, I don't understand that way.
I've got to say, but I think that's just what the routine for him is. That's what he does, and you find a lot of soft-tip players actually go for the bullseye as just a starting point, and it's not always the way forward. Well, in fact, very rarely it's the way forward.
However, he cleaned up the first leg very well. Double top. Put a little bit of pressure on this man, but this man is used to the pressure, and that... Oh, this is a 180 all the way for Whitlock. We could have hit that top with the third dart from here, Wayne.
Well, I don't know about that. But you're right. I called it, Rod. It was always going in just one place, wasn't it? So 180 in the first leg, he didn't win it. This man is capable. The winners of this tie, this match, will play Wales. Scrape past Poland in a cracker of jack of a game.
There we have the averages. Absolutely brilliant from both players. Whitlock just pushing 110, Royden Lamb over the 100. And quality darts right from the very first game this evening. Crowds are going to be in for a cracker of an evening.
They're not averages, are they? Oh my God.
140.
Good darts. Pressure on the 84. Treble 20. Well, now he's using the bullseye. 34. Come on, 11 darter, job done. Simon Whitlock set his stall out to a 1 dart at a double rather than possibly a dart at the bullseye.
You're exactly right there, Wayne. He went for the bullseyes.
We know everyone's looking for ways to save. Well, now you can save an average of $519 just for switching to Progressive. Visit Progressive.com and you'll be bringing home the bacon in no time. Turkey bacon.
The dartboard is there for you to utilise, but you've got to use it wisely.
41.
Both playing well. To follow, Paul Nicholson versus Scott McKenzie. One of them needs to win because there has to be a result here. Who will that be? It's up to call at the moment.
Well, the big white-rimmed glasses of Royden Lamb, that's how he's recognised all over the world, certainly in Asia. And I said before, you know, look at them, Wayne. He hasn't got any peripheral vision, has he? And he wears these all the time. It isn't that he just wears them for darts. And it certainly doesn't affect the ability of this man.
22.
Australia, of course, looking to go one better than they did in 2012 when Simon Whitlock and Paul Nicholson both missed championship-winning darts at doubles. Oh, the pain of it all. Now, that was drama that night. There's going to be plenty more to come over tonight and finals day tomorrow. So stick with us. It's going to be fun.
62.
Well, we see the Welsh creep over the line this afternoon. That was down to Richie Burnett more than anything, and not so much the brilliant darts he threw, but it was getting Mark Webster through it, getting him emotionally involved, and the 112 he took out. And that's what I see in the Australians. Simon Whitlock has got to be the captain, he's got to be the governor. He's got to put some authority, I think, on Paul Nicholson and say, come on, you're going to do it. Don't stand back, just get on with it.
Yeah, I agree. Mark called Richie Burnett captain fantastic, and Simon really does have to adopt the same mindset. Treble 20, got to pile one through that. Well, he tried, didn't he? That got there. This will be a barnstormer. 60, 60, 38.
Good last start that was from Roby John.
I was looking for the 54-54 bullseye route.
Well, again, that is the soft tip route, isn't it?
20.
We keep talking about the soft tip route, but that is a soft tip way of going, because the bullseye is the size of the 25 and the bullseye and soft tip. That fires for Whitlock, and he's let Lamb in this leg, and again, it's Lamb's throw, but he's got a chance to hold on to his throw. Don't miss the big number.
World Youth Championship final.
He didn't. Double 10 for a bit of a nick.
Double earlier, Van Gerwen edging out Anderson 8-7 in the semi-final.
70.
He throws his head back in more of disbelief. It was clearly a well-thrown dart that just didn't enter the required target. Double 2 now. Simon Whitlock, great. Leads 2-1.
Yes, that was a massive leg for Whitlock to break the throw. And Royden Lamb, 2 darts at a double he was given, and he didn't take the chance. This is where the experience of Whitlock should really push on, hold on to his throw really strongly. Go 1 leg away from a win.
He wasn't far away. He will be back. He will be back to try and win the World Championship.
Well, what a feast of darts tonight. Scotland, Sweden to follow this. England, USA. Last on, Netherlands, Spain. Brilliant! Royden Lamb's first 180 of this match. Simon Whitlock has already hit 2. Just in the 4th leg. Who's seen 51 80s in the tournament so far.
Effectively, Royden Lamb has got the throw with those first 3 darts. I'm sure you hit another treble, at least one with these 3. I call it cutting it in half. What he's going to do with that 180, well, he's nicked the treble 20. Exactly what he had to do.
That was a good last dart, that. He could have panicked and just kind of thought, I've wasted it. Superb. Simon has left, incredibly enough, 170. I think that's about 4 legs without leaving it now, which is a long time for him.
Most players, although that's not that often, but the last 6 darts have been brilliant. The first 3 darts just a bare 60, and Royden go of it, but he will want a treble. That's opened the door for Royden Lamb.
This is the time.
Well, he's got to hit here, Wayne.
He has to be
at least a
aggressive.
ton. It gives him a massive
Get
chance
your dream.
if he comes
Something
back to
to
the
come to
board.
you.
3 bare 20s is not really good enough. Well, he's hit the all-important 1 treble.
No messing around.
Oh, treble 20 really is needed, and he gets it. Now, 118 is not the hardest shot in the world, but when your opponent's left 60, it becomes a little bit more harder. Single 18 for tops. Got to move over. A treble, just like that. That's the problem when a dart blocks you and you have to move over.
Never get in front of you.
Now, Royden might have that problem, Rod, because his darts lay down flat. He cannot block the double 20 bed.
Well, that's why he wants this one up near the double top. It's not much of a guide for him, but he's got an open target. That's double 10 again.
Right in the
2 darts at this, and he missed another one. Another chance gone begging for Hong Kong. I can't see Simon Whitlock Letting him off again. That's a perfect guide. Hit the barrel, and this is in.
Is it about to end?
Or hit the two barrels, and this is in.
There you have it. From the beard to be feared. One leg away from securing Australia's first point. What a perfect performance from RVB.
It's quite scary.
First Premier League final.
The passion.
Barney Watts.
That's what the World Cup does to these seasoned pros. It's good to see.
Michael Van Gerwen may be the world champion, but tonight
Well, they've played a whole year just for themselves.
premier player in world darts. He is the Premier League
For the country.
champion. He has beaten the world champion and the title holder. He's taken the crown.
Well, what can get up for it?
What a night.
Finds it hard. They might just play for themselves. Playing for yourself works because if you win, you automatically win for your country. So
Goes to MVG, Michael Van Gerwen.
3-1 scoreline. Looks like it's been quite comfortable, but it hasn't, has it? There's been some real nervy moments for Simon.
100.
Royden, I think, just year on year, just keeps showing his skill. Very good player indeed. It's good for these players that don't play on a circuit, Rod, within the PDC, to show the world how good they are.
The winner, receiving
he has got a tour card. He has been playing a few events. But obviously, from Hong Kong, every 2 or 3 weeks of the month is very, very expensive. 3 and 4, he's had darts at a double, so that scoreline could be round the other way with a little bit of luck. But Simon now in total control here to put the first point on the board. This evening's session for Australia.
He's kind of let Royden off in this leg, though. He's throwing 9 darts and only on 290s, and someone will want to wrap this up. Well, that was a bit of a full toss rather than a throw of a dart, the first one. Whoa! Lived nearer than the first one.
Double top. And we're all the way. We've got a decider coming here. And they're not going to wait around to start this. This is
6
game
starts
on.
in one
Straight
line,
into treble
doesn't
20.
want to
And
start
straight into treble
some bad
19.
scores because
And
he's still a
the
good
18.
one. He comes straight over the top of you with a 180 or a 140 that puts him right back in the game.
What a message sitting there. But I think Anderson's got a 180 in him, if I'm honest.
140.
Exactly what he's done. Puts the pressure on this 120 for Royden Lamb to stay in this match.
Cannot go above the 60 because he likes to lay the dart on top. That is perfect. 20 for top. Tops. How good a finish was that? There was just no drama, Rod, was there? It was. You actually felt like he was never going to miss it. Under all that pressure as well.
Inside of this leg.
It's ironic now, some players hit the double far better on the combination than having 2 or 3 in their hand. We see a lot of the quick throwers, that happens to them all the time. And, sometimes there's things in darts we just can't explain. There's one of them, perhaps.
Is this the end?
Could be a concentration thing, a rhythm thing. Like you said, Rod, there's probably far too many reasons. We don't know the one.
Very careful with that last dart.
Well, Simon has been asked a question by Royden Lamb, and that was, can you close this out? Can you hold it together to close it out? Starts with a 125, follows it up with a 140.
So,
both averaging over 90.
World champ, current Premier League
Drop
champ.
now.
It's double turns.
There's 3 visits in this match where been in the 1 segment or the treble 1 segment twice.
Which went all the way
good.
to the final leg, but in the end, the world champion showed his class, showed his quality,
He did what he had
showed
to.
his nerve, and he is through. The first man through to the final. And who will he play? Will it be
He's got a
Raymond
big
Barneveld
task
or the
on his
sixth
hands to
opener
get
this
this
time?
back.
Build the power tail.
Short of a 180 is going to be enough, really. Whitlock comes from that. That's brilliant dart, by the way, but Whitlock's going to get 6 darts from 156. He may only need 3. Double 18.
130.
He kind of walked into that. That's why it went low. Got a bit carried away, did the beard.
Do you know what, Wayne? If he can hit another big shot here, because we all know this double 9 is one of the worst doubles on the board.
95.
Only 95.
Australia require 80.
To put a point in the box for Australia. Lamb slaughtered. Whitlock 4, Florida Lamb 2. To come we have Scott McKenzie, Hong Kong, and he's playing to Lamb 4-2, so that's quite simple, the equation. If this man wins, Paul Nicholson, Australia will be through to the quarterfinals, and they will play Wales. If Scott McKenzie wins, we'll be going to a best-of-7 pairs match. Now, just to set it up, both these players in their first round matches struggled. So, I'm expecting to see improvement in both, Rod.
He's being asked to hold his throw to
100.
Yes, you're right. I think with Paul Nicholson, we've seen so many times over the last 2 or 3 years, he just ties himself up too much, overthinks the game. He's got the ability to just get up there and throw darts. Scott McKenzie, we haven't seen that many times under this sort of pressure. So really, Scott McKenzie, all he needs to he's got nothing to lose, just get up there and try and keep fluid, try and keep relaxed, keep the muscles in the arm, don't tighten up too much. But it's a big ask here for Scott McKenzie to keep the Hong Kong in the World Cup.
Well, Phil Taylor will think it's not made a difference.
Paul is using new darts for this event, deciding on a change. And Rod, when you do change darts, first off, they're difficult to get used to, but under the lights and everything else of the big stage, really the best place to have a crack with them, is it?
Well, I think what happens with new darts, in the practice room and when you're out practicing with someone else, you've not got the adrenaline running, you're not nervous, so your hands are not sweating. As soon as you get on that big stage, you get a little bit of aquaplaning. So if the gripper's not right, then they can fly all over the place. And like you say, it's not the place up there to get used to them. Playing tour events and what have you then, but not when you're representing the country. It works for some people, but personally, it doesn't work for me.
Paul Nicholson in the Players' Championship back in 2009. And since then, he's not really been the kind of same player. Since he's going through phases, we know how good he can be. He knows how good he can be. What he's got to do now is just carry on and prove it.
60.
Yes, I remember it very well, beating Phil Taylor in the semis, and Mervyn King in the final for that Players' Championship. That's a better dart from him. He's got it up in the top of the treble. That's why it's easier to find the third dart go there. So both on 100. McKenzie tops to break the throw. Oh, perfect dance from McKenzie. That could make Nicholson have a big thing.
Game on.
We saw Mark Webster earlier, really struggling in his singles match. So managing to lose it. He's 13 darts and then redeemed himself in the pairs.
He's got an 8 in the season as well.
Scott, got to be said, looking so much better than he did in his first round match when Hong Kong beat Norway. There's more rhythm in his play. And if you ask me, that's what Paul Nicholson has to find. Too methodical, has to throw quicker.
And also, you know, he's starting to push the dart. You know, he's bringing the shoulder in the shot. If you bring the shoulder forward, the right shoulder, it's obviously going to make the dart go low, possibly to the left. So you have got to keep the fluency of the throw. Keep your head and your shoulder still. Let the arm do the work.
100.
Just a better 3 from him.
100.
Thinking about the Premier League for now. Terrific crowd.
What a great dart that was.
100.
Will hurt. You see Scott keeps a real nice high arm. high arm.
I thought you were going to say hi-ho there for a minute.
Carry on.
For a 104.
Yeah, I think we'd call that a little bit of old-fashioned, a bit like Mickey Mansell. That's why when he puts the dart low on the treble, below the treble, he can actually get above it because he pitches the dart a lot higher, as he has done here. First maximum of the match. I don't know if he's kissing you, but it certainly worked. What a perfect setup for Scott McKenzie.
Oh, we were mentioning rhythm. He's found it.
100.
Nico in trouble. No dramas at all. Scott took out 100 in the first leg, 60 tops, and then a 180 to the 24, hops his first dart. Looks so much more composed today than yesterday. Let's just put yesterday down to nerves. That's better, Paul.
Perhaps that'll get him back into the game properly. I mean the rhythm.
100.
Nice steady ton from McKenzie. Now Nicholson needs to follow this up. Straight ton will be absolutely perfect. Anything above that is an absolute bonus. Well, he's going to do that and more. Oh, another 9 dart, ladies and gentlemen. 6 perfect darts from Paul Nicholson. The second time it's been done in the tournament. Can Nicholson take out the 141?
Ball's gone from hitting nothing to hitting absolutely everything. 60, 57, 24.
There's the 60. Oh, and he's gone for the treble 15, double 18. A bit of disgust there from the crowd.
The ironic boos, I think. What an effort from Paul Nicholson. Remember, he's been on the end of a bit of a pounding the last 2 legs, so to muster this is testament to him. Now, what he wants to do is just get rid of it. Don't make a meal out of it. 16 for tops. To put his first leg on the board. That is pure quality. What a great match. Both averaging 95.
It's a beautiful 11 dart leg. The 11 dart legs have got to be done against the throw. You know, don't make it too easy for Scott McKenzie to hold on to his throw. So he's got to pressure it. 11 dart, 12 dart, that's what Nicholson's got to look for here.
But I actually think for Paul Nicholson it was a really important leg. He needed to give himself some confidence, and he's done that. Scott is looking likely. Started with a 140, follows it up with another max and another blow of the kiss.
I think that 180 was for me. The last one was for you. But you have to take your hat off to McKenzie because, I mean, he gets hit with 2 180s in the previous leg and he just steps up and says, right, now my turn. It's a good mindset. It really is a good mindset. I tell all the youngsters, when someone does that against you, say, right, we're going to play that, right, follow this. And that's what McKenzie has done.
106 average. He could have an 11 darter himself here. Back-to-back 11s. Don't see that very often. 932. Double 16.
He saw me fall down.
Under no pressure, but once it came, doesn't it?
Then he saw my face and said...
But I think you were right, Rod, in what you said about the... it was only Paul Nicholson's throw, the 11 darts. It was no harm done.
Just a couple of days of rest.
What a completely different man Scott McKenzie looks today. 3-1.
He needs to come to the right of that dart. There we see it. Move to the right a little bit more. Just overpitch this dart. That's exactly what he's done. Great angle there. He overpitched. He thought, I've only got to pitch this dart over the float and it will find. And there you see it. And that's what it means to him.
Xbox for the Titanfall.
Paul deciding to move along the hockey rather than switching for the green bit downstairs. And when you are 3-1 down, that is not enough. Nicholson, spot of Butler. And there you see, he's got his dart in his mouth, he's devouring his flights. What's happening?
Talk me through that. You were shaking your head.
The pressure is on Nicholson. There's 2 in. Will this be his 3rd maximum? That's his 3rd maximum. And his back is up against the wall. That's great darts from Nicholson, but he needs to find a few more.
It's a brilliant reply.
It's not quite how you planned it, but you're pleased to still be in there and fighting.
Well, just planned still be in the tournament.
Comes along again.
Not drop out first week, so
Really needs to find a treble.
16.
Well, that was thrown in a bit more of hope than anything else.
I'm proud of what you've achieved in this Premier League, because a lot of people didn't think you were up to it at the start. You proved a lot of people wrong.
Well, not one of those. Really does put the pressure on. This is where Nicholson, he's only hit 140 in this match. He needs his 2nd one here. A ton gives him an outside chance, but he needs another one of those. Is he going 25 or staying up there? Stayed on there. So, Mackenzie, what a way this would be to finish this match.
Treble 17. What a way to win a point. He literally moved the wire.
Doesn't get any closer, and I think when he let go of the dart, he thought it was in. Nicholson, 84, he's staying on the 16s. Well, a chance here for Mackenzie to take us to the deciding doubles match. 25-9 for double 8.
He says a lot of things, Phil.
it'll be a good game anyway.
There's the 9.
He says a lot of things. It's brought a lot of
Cannot
interest
start
in the
thinking
game.
about it. Just got to do it.
Whoever wants to meet he is. But when he gets up here,
And does. Scott McKenzie beats Paul Nicholson by 4 legs to 1. What a performance, 97 average. That means we will be seeing a pairs game.
Welcome back to the action, coming to you live from Hamburg, Germany. Second round action of the PDC World Cup of Darts. Hong Kong and Australia, 1 set apiece. Here comes the decider. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, representing Team Hong Kong, Tai Chi, Ryder Lamb, and Scott Mackenzie. And representing Team Australia, it's Paul Nicholson and Simon Whitlock.
Australia against Team Hong Kong for a place in the quarterfinals. Hope you've booked your spot on the sofa for the evening tonight, because we have a cracking lineup of action. Scotland, Sweden, England, Taylor and Lewis to combine against USA, and the Netherlands with Michael Van Gogh and Raymond van Barneveld against Antonio Alcinas and Carlos Rodriguez of Spain. This is how it's set. Simon Whitlock, 4-2 over Royden Lamb, 1 point Australia. Paul Nicholson going down to Scott Mackenzie. 1 apiece between Hong Kong and Australia. So it goes to doubles. And the winner is up against Wales. And also in our section, South Africa be the winner of England, the USA. That's commentators Rod Harrington and Wayne Mardle.
Thanks, Dave. Here we are. It's come down to the pairs match. That man, Paul Nicholson, is going to need his partner, Simon Whitlock, to pick him up off the floor, because Scott McKenzie delivered a knockout blow, beating him 4-1 with a superb performance. But this is the great dynamic of this format, Rod, where Simon Whitlock now has to be the boss, doesn't he? He has to say, right, come on, Paul.
He's got to play a captain's role, not only on the dartboard throwing the darts, but coaching Paul Nicholson into getting his mindset right. We know that Hong Kong are equal now. We thought that Scott McKenzie was perhaps a little bit under Royden Lamb, but he's proven when he beat Paul Nicholson that he's up there and he's up for this game, so they're going to be equal. This man has got to up his game because he can't ask Simon Whitlock to do it all.
One thing's for sure, Team Australia are the ones under all the pressure. They're expected to win this. They expect themselves to win it. Therein lies the pressure you put upon yourself. But Royden Lamb and Scott McKenzie have proven they are capable.
140. 140.
Well, certainly very capable. And so is this man, Simon Whitlock. I mean, the pressure on Simon, we've all played pairs, you know, back then it used to be pairs and singles all the time. And when your partner is not playing well, the pressure on you to, the tons you think are not good enough, it's got to be the 140s, the 180s to make up for the scoring. But let's see what Paul Nicholson can do. It's a better first start from him.
Well, Paul did hit 3 180s in his singles match. If we're making it sound like he couldn't hit a straight 20, I apologise, but apart from the 3 180s, there was just not a lot at all. Not enough 140s, and for Paul, he's kind of getting there, but without setting the board alight.
60.
Yes, you have to put pressure on your opponent, stop him playing. The only way you can do that, you can't snooker him,
55.
you can't chop him over like a footballer can. You have to outscore him, you have to put him on a negative. And that's where not just 180 comes in, it is the consistent heavy scoring. You see
Scott McKenzie punch in the air, put it in the 57 with the last start, and it was important. Paul's throwing a lot of straight darts, which is great, but that's what he needs. He needs big trebles. Superb visit.
99.
Well, that leaves a dodgy 62.
150.
Well, he needs to find, I was going to say, he needs to find a treble. He certainly needs one now, and he finds it. That's a good last dart. But Nicholson, good shot out for the professionals. 2 darts at the treble 20. Needs one of those 2. That leaves double 16 for a breaker throw. Brilliant darts from the captain off the side, and he punches the air. That really was a captain shot out. And, well, Paul Nicholson give him a little salute to be the captain.
In 2010, when Simon Whitlock reached the World Championship final, his trademark was ton plus finishes. Since then, he's kind of not been the same finisher, but still very, very good. And under extreme pressure, that was special.
And there was better signs from Paul Nicholson because he hit the 1-3-4 to set it up for Simon Whitlock. So that will perhaps give Paul Nicholson some encouragement. You can see him just over the left shoulder of Royden Lamb. He's closing his eyes, taking a big, deep breath, getting plenty of oxygen in the lungs to the brain. Keep himself relaxed. That's one in.
A draw, 6 legs apiece.
That's what he's going to do. Keep him straight. Keep the pressure on Hong Kong.
That won't please Paul. 61st dart. As a professional darts player, and only walk away with a ton, you feel like you've let yourself down. Scott McKenzie has gone off the boil. And Australia already are dominating proceedings.
The real reason
reason it gives me so much pleasure
Not
to
too
be
much
here
damage.
is that this centre court will be named the Anne Jones Court.
Get himself back in this leg.
60.
And not a treble for Hong Kong, so Paul Nicholson now occasionally go up. Just a couple of tons, take the shot out, 2-0. It's as easy as it is.
60.
Well, you can see what he thought of those. Should have gone for a treble, Paul. It's annoying when you throw a high dart and you're thinking, right, I'll come down, and you end up staying there, and hold on, you start thinking. But what I do like about Paul, his attitude seems good for this pairs game, and credit to him.
Well, certainly that is a perfect dart. I'm surprised he doesn't. Well, he's come down. Well, what he did, he come down for that 25, which would have given Paul Nicholson a guaranteed dart and a double and knocked the balls on.
I think it's important.
Yeah, he talked about when that dart was very high.
charities like
I always used to go straight down to the 19s because I've got no range on the treble 20, and I've told a lot of players, if it's that high, go down for the 19s.
Yeah, I used to do it at 5 and then go straight down for the 19s. Hit a 3 and go back up for the 18s. It was simpler that way. Well, treble 17 now. That leaves 66. Treble 10 leaves 36.
28.
Well, 28 scored off 84. A big shot here could turn this leg on its head.
60. Australia require 56.
Not really enough pressure. He took out 32 during the first leg. Can he take out double top? Just moves to the left to get away from the flight.
60.
That's a big miss.
Hong Kong require
Outside chance. It is a toughie. The 1-2-8.
Treble 18 or a single. Will he stay there? Treble 14 is what he's going for. Double 16 for a 1, 2,
96.
8. Coming up just
Australia
shy.
require 40.
Well, that could have hurt the Australians. Paul Nicholson, he's going to miss it. Just put it on the top wire, or put it straight in the middle. And that will give Paul some encouragement. 2 legs to 0. Australia lead Hong Kong. Now, Wayne, this is where the Aussies have got to stay focused as well. You don't think, well, we won the match now. You've got to stay focused.
Yeah, you have, but you've also got to attack now, haven't you? You've got to think, right, we'll break you here. We'll break you, and then we go 3 up. You've got to win every remaining leg.
60.
You don't sit back thinking, right, well, hopefully we manufacture a chance. You go out there and get it.
95.
Just like that. And you see Paul in the background, you kind of give it a sneer of, yes, that's him, that's my partner. Well done, partner.
Well, we said a little earlier on that the 1-8 is a best hit against the throw. It's absolutely perfect from Simon Whitlock. I say it so often, just follow up with a nice straight ton. A 95 will do you. Or even a 92. A 92, that will do.
Just the moment he takes a big step.
It's a bit of a shame for Scott McKenzie and Royd and Lamb. They both played pretty decent. Well, Royd and Lamb played okay. Scott McKenzie played brilliant in his singles game, but they've just not really found anything, have they? Credit to Australia, because I believe that the pressure they're piling on is just making them miss. First to 4.
49.
So,
Well, he knocked the night enough. But not a bigger enough score for him. He's covered up the treble 20. He's got to come down. He's got to come down. Go for an open target. He had to do that. So a nice little 140 here from Paul Nicholson would set it up absolutely perfect for Whitlock.
Wants to see this second dart in the treble. Well, again, high. Did he stand back there at
41.
an inch or so?
Hong Kong, you require 142.
Be off the stage by now.
that now. What damage can he do? 54 will leave 50. He's made a mess of that. Only 100 left.
Oh, he was going for the ball to leave double 16. That leaves tops. Well, Scott McKenzie, in his singles match against Paul Nicholson, took this out clean. Well, he's got to go 2 double tops now, surely. Oh, another one of those will take it out.
80.
That was unlucky.
Australia, you require 40.
Well, the scoring has once again deserted him.
And he made this look simple in the last leg. It's a good dart.
In charge in the third leg, Australia.
3-0. Australia. 1 leg away from a place in the quarterfinals. Where if they win, they will play Wales.
Well, this is what doubles at darts is all about. Working together. What Simon Whitlock has done. He's got Paul Nicholson back online with the mindset. He's hit 2 double tops pretty cleanly. And then in a 3-0 lead. 1 leg away from a quarter-final place. I have to say, Hong Kong have been very unlucky because when Royden played Simon let him off. And he could have nicked a couple of legs and would have been a different story, but now totally in control and heading towards playing the Welsh tomorrow.
59.
Yeah, I think the experience is told here as well. Whilst Australia haven't played well, I don't mean that nastily, but they've played okay in this match. They're only averaging 82.
99.
But what they have done, Rod, they've done everything kind of okay, haven't they? They haven't made mistake after mistake. When they have made an error, they've come back with a decent shot.
100.
Well, the main thing is that when they've had a chance at a double, they've taken it 50% on doubles, which is very good, especially in a doubles match. Take that every single day of the week. Lamb, another visit without a treble. So possibly 9 darts from 259 for the Australians.
Back up top. For a treble 20.
44.
Well, that was just a load of shoulder rather than arm.
But Scott McKenzie didn't punish a bad shot of Nicholson. Well, this is where Whitlock earns his money, stepping up to the plate. And he hits a home run for the Australian team. Really has done the scoring power in this match. And he's just saying to Paul Nicholson, come on, do your business, take this out. And he is going to come back for the 75. Now, Wayne, we say it so many times, especially I do, don't miss the big number. Make sure the third dart's at least at the double.
This would be another little confidence builder for Paul. 51. Now single 18, big 18. Oh yes. Tops. He's been good at tops.
55. Hong Kong, you require 92.
Well, soft hit players, they should go for the bull and 25 here. 17 will leave him the bull. Oh, and look, that's a perfect guide. Oh, he's miscounted.
82.
Oh, he's miscounted. Unbelievable. Scott McKenzie has miscounted and he's hit the double. That's the worst thing. Royden Lamb is laughing. What a mistake. Unbelievable. But Australia step up for the double 10 for the match.
Devon Peterson made the same mistake last year and they lost as well. Paul Nicholson and Simon Whitlock win. They are through. They beat Hong Kong by 2 matches to 1.